So here we have game number 4 between Elazer and Nice. We are, of course, on the round of 16 in the WCS Leipzig championship, which happened in January. So it was the start of January to the end of January, quite a long tournament. There was a round of 80 players at the start, which got quickly turned down to round of 16. I didn't cast the first round of 80, but I will probably get around to it once I finish this tournament. For now, just these ones. So on the top left hand side here, we've got ourselves Elazer. Elazer is on team QLASH, or Clash. Mikołaj Ogonowski is his name, age 20, from Poland. His opponent is going to be Nice, the red Protoss here. He is on team BearMe. Huang Shiang is his name. He is of an unspecified age. I am assuming he's about 21, 22 years old, and he's from Taiwan. Now, spoiler is coming here, so of course, if you are watching this on YouTube a little bit later on after the cast, you're welcome to go back first and see those games. Elazer currently on 1. Nope, I'm joking. He's on 2. And Nice is on 1, so we've got ourselves a 2-1. Now, if Elazer wins this game, he will continue on to the round of 8. If Nice wins it, he will have one more attempt at coming back and moving on to the round of 8 himself. Standard opening we've got is what we've got here. We've got ourselves a gateway, probably going to see a cybernetic score second right after it. Now, once again, the hatchery is gone down first for Elazer, so he definitely seems to be favoring the slightly drawn out, well, you could say drawn out games, because Zerg tend to have slightly shorter games, at least in rush situations. It's actually one of the reasons I'm not a particular fan of Zerg versus Zerg, because the games are so volatile and so quick that it's actually not uncommon to see a game end in about 5 or 6 minutes. And as somebody who was mostly casting back in, I suppose, early Legacy of the Void, before all of those rush changes changed, I do like the longer games. I like the ones that last 16, 20, 25 minutes if they do manage to get out that long, because so much can happen between balance, or not so much balance, between comebacks and all of those kind of things. So let's see what we've got here. An Adept coming out first for Nice. Stargate is coming up as well. So deciding to go for a slightly more normal approach to Protoss opening, not going for that, you know, I'm gonna have to bite my tongue here, because he is going for that Stalker once again, not going for that second Adept. So the first Adept at the moment is, where is the first Adept? It is on the way around here. I find this actually a weird map design. You can actually walk over this ground here, but you've got yourself debris here, which kind of odd. I mean, I do suppose it makes a slightly tighter choke here, but that's already really wide. I mean, anybody you know, that doesn't really care too much about the minimalistic of the travel time of here or around here. I mean, for Zerglings with speed, that's about half a second, so not a whole lot of difference here. Now, this Overlord does look like it might survive. Oh, he's not actually controlling it. Manages to take it out. That was a bit of a blunder here from Elazer, not actually controlling that Overlord. That was very unfortunate. If he would have pushed it further out here, he would have at least given it some potential safety time before the Stalker would come down here, and then could potentially run away in that direction. But hey, look, didn't catch it, and that is a little bit unfortunate. This Adept is going to be in a lot of trouble here. He doesn't have his psionic shift up, and does get taken out by these Zerglings. So that's definitely an unfortunate thing for him. He is coming up here to scout if there's a base. Now, given how the games have gone so far, I don't see Nice opening or starting an expansion in this direction, simply because every time he has gone out for a further out expansion, Elazer just decided to counterattack with a heavy amount of units, and it kind of went in his favor. Now, of course, that didn't really work out in the previous game, and Nice did manage to get some Dark Templars to deny a hatchery, which was really well played, actually, a good call. And despite the fact that I think the game was called prematurely, it was pretty much what secured him that victory, what made Elazer think that he wasn't going to come back from it. Now, Zealot speed is about to be completed. What else have we got here on the production tab? Got ourselves a Warp Prism, just about being loaded up there. If you put, yep, Zealots into it, so 4 Zealots, and then going to potentially warp in a few more to go along with that. Now let's have a quick look at the Structures tab. Got ourselves one gateway and 7 warp gates, so that's 8 warp gates now. Going to be able to pump out a lot of zealots, and oh, getting this spotted straight away. This is a huge deal. Now, will Elazer be able to hold off this zealot aggression? This base could get taken out quite easily if he focuses it down, but does he decide? No, he runs straight past it, looking to catch a few of those zerglings, maybe queens. And what is he building here? Just kind of trying to block off the axis, but no. The zealots, is he going to do more economic damage this time around? Last time he did not focus the drones down, lost all his zealots, and it backfired. This time he is focusing the drones, and look at that, 5 already taken out. He's not quite able to take out that queen. Is there another transfuse? No, there is not. Takes out the queen, 6 drones now taken out. This is much better than the previous time that he sent in zealots, and this is an absolute slaughter. 14 drones at this point. Elazer is losing so much. His whole economic advantage has now shrunk simply because he's getting denied so much. Now there is one more engagement here with these, and there we go. GG. That's pretty much it. That was an absolutely massive amount of drones to lose to that initial engagement from those zealots. So that was a good call here, managing to get a nice bit of harassment here. That was. I can't say zealots is OP. I would say that they're useful when used right, when they're not punished in a way. I mean, this, if you look at this, it's kind of hard to look because the fog of war is going to change it. But zealots are very. Basically, if they're in one place, they're not in the other. That's as blunt as I can put it. If you have your zealots in your opponent's base, if they get taken out, that's a big investment, because you could be wasting 1,000 minerals there, you know, to try to do some harassment. And we already saw that in the previous game. Sorry, not the previous. This was the second game of this series. He didn't do a whole lot with those zealots. He didn't focus down the drones. And once the zealots were dead, there was about 12 zealots there. There was nothing that he could do about a counterattack. He just got demolished, absolutely demolished. So it really depends. If you can punish your opponent with all those zealots that you're investing into, great, fantastic. You can do a whole lot of damage there. But if you don't manage to punish your opponent enough, then it's gonna backfire, unfortunately. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that game.